Anybody reading the book of Genesis right now because you're doing a Bible plan? Well, let me talk about the word good, because in Genesis 1, it explains that God created everything and it was good. And that word good is tov in Hebrew, and it actually means purposeful and pleasing to the senses. But in Romans 8:28, when he says that all things work together for good of them who love God or called according to his purpose, that word good is talking about purposeful, not necessarily pleasurable to your body. Because when you go through something that's purposeful, doesn't mean it comes without pain. So remember that when you are going through a trial that's painful, God has a purpose for it. No pain is ever in vain. And he's going to use it to build you, to make you more like him. Because that is how we become more like Jesus, is through our experienced sufferings. Because Jesus suffered. And when we partake of suffering, as Jesus partakes of suffering, we actually become more like him. And because it makes us relatable to others and makes us be able to share our testimony with others, and it actually promotes the gospel in our life to others. So God has a purpose for the pain that you're going through. He has a purpose for everything that happens in our lives. And trust him in this process. Trust him that he is working it for good, with purpose. And it is not meaningless. It's not in vain. It's not out of the blue. It was ordained by God. And he is going to use it in eternity. And you will be rewarded for that in eternity. Everything that we go through on this earth that is painful and that costs us something, we will be rewarded for in eternity. Think of the eternal value that it holds. It's temporarily, it's pain, yes, on the earth. The earthly value of it is painful. But in the heavenlies, it is worth gold, eternal gold that will never fade, never tarnish. And we don't even understand what eternity gold is, but it never ends. Like, think of it like think of the best thing that you can think of on the earth and having a unending supply of it, and multiply it times a million, because that's what eternity is. The eternal rewards that we have are priceless. They are worth everything, and they are worth the suffering. They are worth anything that we face on this earth. We can go through anything because of what Jesus did for us, and we get to share in his eternal reward, eternal glory.